Duet Timesheet Overview. Choosing a timesheet system? Watch this presentation to see if Duet works for you. People in the same organization, and doing the same tasks, often differ in the way they approach timesheets. You may like to enter time as you work, or at the end of the day, others save it all up for timesheet day. The type of work you do can also determine what method suits best. Maybe the same tasks and hours repeat over many days, or every day is different. We think Duet Timesheets has an option that will suit you and the needs of your organization. This video shows how data used in entry is structured, and rules governing timesheet entry are managed. We will look at a user entering timesheet data on their mobile, and a manager performing the approval process, if approval is required. Finally, some reports and data output for transfer to a back-office system. Duet features: cloud-based, no installs or user updates, mobile, tablet and desktop, automatic resize, offline working if no internet, standalone, or add mobile functionality to your existing back-office systems, import and export of data, CSV, Excel, API, no contract, pay-as-you-go, per user. For this overview, we will use both smartphone and PC or tablet view of Duet. Since Duet resizes on whatever device you choose, all of this work could be done on either device. I'm signed in as our admin user. Admin creates and manages the system configuration. This is our demo company, Total Service Solutions. We examine the setup needed for timesheets. Timesheet entry is made within periods. Timesheet periods are blocks of time. You could set up daily, weekly, monthly or whatever periods suit you. Let's have a look at a period record. Period number and name. Start and end of period. Open or closed state. Time can only be booked to open periods. There are rules controlling the overall way timesheets operate. If you had 200 users, most of whom work to the same entry rules, then you can set everything up here. To begin setup, open Organization. To manage timesheet rules, we need to open the Timesheet branch. We can now set company-wide default values. These will apply to all users, unless overridden individually on each user's record. The time interval used in timesheet entry. Whether or not time is to be validated each day. If validated, the hours per day. You can also validate the number of hours per period. If validated, the hours per period. Do timesheets require approval? If so, nominate users who can act as approvers. These defaults can be varied by user. Now, return to our dashboard. Under the Administration section, let's look at users. Here is our user list, manually entered, or imported from another system. We will open Department Manager Bill Hodges' record. Part of Bill's role is to approve timesheet entries for his staff. Open the timesheet settings. Bill manages other staff, so he performs timesheet approval, but also enters his own timesheets. The default settings are correct for Bill. Let's return to our users list. Open the record for Maggie Tapia. Maggie is a mobile user, managed by Bill. Maggie usually enters timesheets on her mobile device. We need to vary those timesheet rules for Maggie, to properly control the process. The timesheet interval for Maggie is 15 minutes. She works a different shift pattern, so the daily hours is set to reflect that. The total hours required for the period is set at 25. Okay, now we have users and entry rules. We need to control what they enter. The better the control, the less entry errors there will be. When it comes to successfully deploying a smartphone-based application for data collection, it's better that the user can choose items from a list, rather than typing. Duet uses dimensions to help you achieve this. Open Organization. Duet allows dimensions to be defined. These hold manually created, or imported data that our expense users can utilize during entry. You can use up to 5, but our demo company today only needs 2. Dimension 1 has been named Project. It will have some links to Dimension 2, named Phase. This enables filtered selection of phase, based on the selected project. Here you can see the links between project and phase, also links between project and users. In this way, we can control which users can select a project, then which phases are available under that project. This is Dimension 2, it's been named Phase. Let's return to the admin dashboard and examine that dimension data. This will help you understand where the data is coming from when you see it being selected in timesheet entry. Open Administration. Select Projects. Here, we can see a list of projects that have been input or imported. In the same way, a list of phases has also been created. Open the item menu on the project line. Select linked users. Tick manually or use the multi-select tool to choose which users have access to this project. I can use the item menu to select the phases linked to this project. Use the tick boxes to select or unselect the items that will be available when this project is selected. OK, the system is now ready to use. We have periods, users, rules and dimensions in place. Let's look at Maggie entering time on her smartphone. I'm going to log in as Bill on our PC or tablet view and as Maggie on the mobile device. This is the Duet dashboard view. Bill has access to multiple Duet applications, Maggie only has timesheets. We will process a timesheet through a complete period to allow us to submit the timesheet to Bill for approval. Timesheet entries consist of headers, these contain project, phase or absence data and line data, the actual time durations belonging to each header. Depending on how Maggie wishes to work, she can enter timesheets in several ways. The same data is always being created regardless. Let's summarize the data entry options Maggie could choose. Quick entry. Choose any day from the current period, and enter time. Today entry. As its name suggests, enter time for today. Current. Display all the days in the current period, and allow individual day, but also bulk entry across many days. Timesheet. Display periods with an entry status for each, and allow individual day or bulk entry across many days. Let's see them in action. Maggie has just finished some work, let's do a quick entry to get it recorded. Maggie chooses quick entry, Duet has highlighted today, but Maggie can choose any day in any open period. On the right you can see any hours already booked against a day. Let's assume today. Remember those projects. Maggie chooses 1, and is now asked which phase. Select 1. These are the phases linked to that project. Enter the duration spent on the project and phase. You can also enter tag data, these headings are created by admin, they can be useful in reporting and analyzing your entries. Optionally, any notes for this entry. Save our entry. If Maggie was entering at the end of, or during each day, instead of having to select the date, just use the Today option. If there were no current entries, you could add a project here in the same way as quick entry. As we have already added time, Maggie can now amend it, if needed. Change the duration. And save. Maggie can add time spent on something else. Let's imagine she was due an afternoon off. We will enter some holiday hours. Add an entry. Choose a project. One of the project codes is annual leave. Select phase. Planned holiday. Now add time to this holiday. Enter duration. And save. We now have 2 projects, and 2 phases, contributing hours to this day. Add as many as needed to complete the day. Return to our dashboard. To manage the days of the current period in one place, select the current period. To make this easier to see, I'll switch to the desktop view. the system displays the days of the current period. Days in the period are color-coded. Gray shows future days, they turn red or green as they become today, or move into the past. Red indicates days that are due, but have less than the required amount of hours entered. Green if time requirements defined in setup have been met. At the bottom of the screen, the action menu displays options to view the timesheet history, comments, and information on the items currently within the timesheet. We can see the total number of hours entered so far, the number of entries that contain these hours, and the overall timesheet completion state. Maggie could click each day individually and enter time. But this screen also allows faster entry of the entire timesheet. First, let's select the hours icon. Currently it indicates no time recorded. Now we have the current period divided into weekends and weekdays. Any hours entered are shown, days needing attention in red, and future days with no time in gray. Each day's item menu will give you options. Here, we can see why it's red, and can also delete this day's hours and start over. I'll make an entry by clicking the right chevron. Enter what was done on this day. Project, phase, and any tag data. Enter the duration and save. Return to the current period entry screen. We can see the time recorded against each phase of the project. Return to the current period screen. Here you can see, enough time has been entered to meet the day's requirements. We could enter each day individually, but let's look at Maggie working on a different project for part, or the whole of this period. The current entry screen has been updated. We can see the hours so far and the number of items, in this case projects. Let's complete this period by clicking on the entries icon. We can see any time entered on a project in this period so far. We want to enter time spent working on a different project for the remainder of this period. Click the plus icon to add another project and phase. Select a project. Choose a phase. And save. The plus icon against any project will also allow you to add further phases against this project. You can add as many phases as needed to record your time. Let's keep it simple. I'll use the items menu to delete any unwanted phases. Now, complete this period's entries. Click on the project and phase to open it. Here is our view of the period again. We can see the hours we previously entered against Monday. We want to add time to many days, in a single entry. At the top, you will see a multi-select tool is available. Now we have the days with tick boxes, and the amount of time currently booked to each day. We can see the 6 hours 30 minutes we booked against Monday. The screen shows 4 days, excluding weekends, with no time. To select the days I want, I could tick each of the required days. Instead, I'll use the multi-select tool. First, clear my selections. Use the action menu to exclude weekends. Click multi-select and the system completes the boxes for us. I could manually deselect any day. We have enough hours entered for Monday, so let's deselect that day. We will add time to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. To achieve that, select duration and enter time. 6 hours, and 15 minutes. Save. Now each day of the week has time entered. If you need to edit any particular day, select the day and edit duration. Amend the time values and save. We now have the period entries completed. Let's return to the current period screen. You can see the times have been updated, and as the period now holds sufficient time to meet the requirements, it can be submitted. A facility is provided to copy timesheet entries. It's a useful tool if you know you will be continuing to work on the same projects in the future. Select Copy Timesheet. Choose the items to carry forward. Save. You can now see and select the open periods you could copy to. Only the headers, the projects and phases are copied, not the actual hours. Let's return to the dashboard. The timesheet option displays a list of open timesheet periods, with a current status displayed against each period. To work on any period in the list, just click the right chevron icon. From this point on, the operation is the same as the current option previously described. The timesheet view allows you an easy way to review and work on all your timesheet entries in one place. Okay, submitting and reverting a timesheet. Let's look at Maggie submitting and reverting the timesheet we have been entering. I'll show this on the mobile screen. Select the timesheet, all looks okay, choose Submit, and add any notes for our approver Bill to see. At this point, Maggie is again offered the chance to carry forward entries to the next period. The timesheet is now submitted. Maggie can also recall a submitted sheet if she realizes something was wrong or omitted, use the Revert option, and leave a note for Bill. I'll go back to the tablet or PC view, where I'm signed in as Bill, one possible approver for Maggie's submitted timesheet. There are several ways Bill could be made aware that there are approvals to be done. Firstly, when a user submits a timesheet, a Duet notification of the submission is added to Bill's notification list in his Duet dashboard. It will be added to the list of unread items. Duet can also generate an email to Bill, in case he is not currently signed into Duet. Bill's approval system also shows the number of approvals waiting to be done. Bill can open Maggie's timesheet to begin the approval process from either option. The approvals form will open, displaying the approval status of timesheets in the queue. Click on the Items menu in Maggie's submitted line to expand the menu. You can see the history and comments, then choose to approve or query it. To help make that decision, Bill can drill down to open the sheet by clicking the right chevron against the line. Any of the days and entries can be reviewed but not edited. Having looked at the sheet, history and comments, Bill can approve or query the sheet directly from here, or manage these from the Line Item menu. Approving allows entry of a comment and implies the sheet is ready to pass to payroll if you are exporting to a back-office system. To query the sheet, Bill chooses Query and enters his reasons. In Bill's approval screen, the timesheet has been updated with a queried status. The sheet will now return to Maggie with a notification awaiting her response. Let's see that on her smartphone. Maggie returns to the smartphone dashboard. Bill returns to his dashboard. Maggie can see the notification, or the change of status in her timesheets list. Open Notifications, here we can see the message from Bill. The timesheet can be opened directly from here, but let's go back and manage it from the timesheet list. Here is our queried timesheet. We can open it and deal with whatever the issue was. In this case, Maggie can resolve the issue by providing paperwork and notifying Bill as she submits again. The timesheet has now been resubmitted. Bill's dashboard has now been updated. There is a new notification regarding the resubmitted timesheet. Open the sheet, check comments, if everything is okay. Approve the timesheet. Add a note for Maggie, and save. Back on Maggie's dashboard, a new notification of approval has arrived. This completes the cycle of entry, submit and approve. Both Bill and Maggie have reports available to aid them in managing the process. Both Bill and Maggie have reports available to aid them in managing the process. Duet reports can be amended by users to focus on the data they need to see. User Maggie only has the timesheet application activated. Therefore, her reports are restricted to timesheet reports. Also, these reports will only show data for Maggie, no other's user's time is included. Manager Bill has several applications active. His reports menu has more options. As a manager, performing approval for other users, Bill's reports will show data for multiple users. To demonstrate this, let's run a timesheet details from Maggie's smartphone. Run the report. All this data relates to Maggie, no other users are shown. The same report, running for Bill, also includes timesheet data for other users. The reports can be output to CSV and Excel formats. This concludes the Duet timesheet overview. Thank you for watching.